Good morning, guys. This is Mr. Femi Ojo. I'm back here. Quickly, in this episode, I quickly want to show you some things, some of the operations that you can perform, or some of the operations that are important that you know how to perform in Windows environment. I will start with the first one, which is how to create a folder. You want to create a new folder. Depending on where you are, if I want to create any folder here, all I need to do is just to right click. I will right click. By now, I believe you have mastered the skill of using your mouse. So I will right click. The usual click we click most times is left click. But I will right click in this case because I want to create a folder. I right click on a blank area and click new. I click on new, the next thing, or either I click on new, I point to new, then the next thing I look for folder is the first item there, so you just click on it. The next thing it will be requiring from you is to give it a name. Let me give it food. Let me call it food. Okay, then you click out. You click any external part from where you just type your document. Okay, I've created a folder. That's how to do that. It's as simple as that. Depending on the environment you are, even if you are inside a particular folder, I've opened another folder called OTM. This is OTM. If I right click here, I click new, I can do my folder directly here. Another method I can use if I'm inside a folder is, you can see new folder on the screen here. You just click on it automatically because I have just opened a folder. If I click new folder, it will create the new folder inside the folder that has already been opened. So if I click on this, can you see it has brought out a new folder, and you need to give it a name, because if you don't give it a name, it just take it as a new folder. So I call it practice, and I click out of my typing or my typing area. Once I click out of my typing area, it will accept that. That's how to create a folder. Very good. Now, the second item I want to show you is how can I copy and paste file or folder? Copy and paste. Okay, if you want to do copy and paste, what thing we can do is look at this particular file, Introduction to Publishing. If I want to copy it now, there's difference between copy and paste. There's difference between cut and paste. If you copy something, this is common in computer security. We say when you copy something, if you copy a particular file, a copy of that file will still be available. It is different from real life situation where a thief will steal something and that particular item will not be physically available again. But in IT or in computing, you can steal something. You can actually steal a file, or you can copy a file, and you will still have another copy of it. You steal it, we still have another copy of it. So meaning that when you copy and paste, it means the original version of the file is still available, while you just make a copy of it. Okay, you make a duplicate of it. That is better that way. But if you cut and paste, it means you remove. When you cut, you remove completely, or you move from one location to another. So those are the two options there. I will show this one quickly. Let me see if this particular file, if I right click on it, I can decide to copy it. Can you see the option? If I cut it, it will remove it totally from the desktop. But if I copy it, you just make a copy for me, a duplicate for me, and the original copy is still on the desktop. So I copy it, then I double click on this folder where I'm taking it to. I open the folder. That's one option. I can decide to open the folder where I'm taking it to. That's the folder where I'm taking it to. When I get to the folder, the folder is opened already. I can decide to right click again and look for paste. As a matter of fact, if you look at what has happened now, I have a copy of this file here on the desktop, and another copy has been created inside of the folder. Okay, now that's copy and paste. Now let me remove this. I want to remove that thing I just copied. I want to show you how to cut. I want to cut this time around. I want to cut the file, like remove the file. So now one way to that is I can just right click on the file and click on cut. Then I go inside the food folder. I right click on the folder and I click paste. Immediately I click paste. Look at the file. It has disappeared from my screen and already appeared in the folder. That is how to move. Move when I cut and paste is almost the same thing as I move the folder. Okay, let me press Ctrl Z to reverse that action. I want to reverse that action so that I can show you something again. There's another way you can actually achieve that. Where are you? Introduction. Okay, that's the file. That's hide itself. Okay, another way you can do that, instead of, there's something we call drag. It's close to, we call it dragging. If I want to move this particular document, if you know how to use your mouse very well, I can decide to drag. I'll click on the file. I will hold down onto the mouse and I will move my mouse. I push and push and I push it on top of the folder and I release my hand. I have dragged it. I have dragged that particular file inside that folder, or I have moved it inside that folder. I have moved it inside that folder. Look at it. If I open it up now, you see it inside the folder. Okay, these are some of the basic things you need to do. Another item we want to talk about is how to rename a file. You want to rename a file. Look at this folder that I called food now. I might decide to rename it for something, or just put food. Someone that sees it might not have a good understanding of it. Let's assume that I want to change it to food department. I will just right click on it and I will type again. I'll say food technology department depth. Let me shorten it. Department. Food technology department. It has taken that. You see, the nomenclature, the name has changed. Let's see if I can put dot there. Actually, when you are naming a file or folder, it doesn't take special characters in most cases. It doesn't take special characters in most cases. Okay, it's taking that. It's taking dot. Let me see if it takes some other character. Rename. Let me see if it takes slash. A slash. No, it will not take it. Look at it. It's even showing already on the screen. Look at the list of characters that it will not take. That's front and back slash, column, and all of that. So and so forth and so on. How do you delete a file or folder? How do you delete a file or folder? Let me create a duplicate of a file. My file has moved into the desktop publishing file. I've moved into this folder. Let me create a duplicate of it. I'll right click. I copy it. I paste on the desktop a copy of it. Please, when you want to delete something, please be very smart with it and be very attentive. Don't just remove things, okay? And you should check how important a particular document is before you tamper or you work with it. Now, in my case, now I want to delete one of this file. I have my original file here on the desktop. The one inside the folder that is opened down, Food Tech Department. Can you see the name of the folder on top of the name of the folder? Yes, on top parts of the folder that I opened. Now, if I want to delete this particular one, I can just click on it and press delete on my keyboard. That's one option. or I right click on it as well and click on delete. And click on delete. The folder is empty now, it has deleted that file. But as a matter of fact, that particular file that is deleted is not completely deleted. Anytime you in Windows operating system and some other operating system, Windows operating system especially, when you delete a file, the file goes into the recycle bin. The file goes into the recycle bin. Let me look for my recycle bin. That's the one I just dragged out. Recycle bin. Let's see. The file is still there. I want to believe it should be on top. Okay, let me look for it. Introduction to desktop publishing. That's the first file there. So if I want to, I still have liberty of restoring the file. Let's assume that I accidentally delete it. I can actually go back. I can actually take it back to where it was deleted. What do? I'll right click on it, on that file, and I click restore. Once I click restore, it will go back to that folder. Meanwhile, let's check that folder. That folder, FoodTech folder. Let me open it. Let me just push it. Let's push it side by side. Can you see the folder is empty? If I come to recycle bin, which is another folder, I right click on it and I click restore. See what will happen. Restore. Let's see what happens. Pim. There you are. Can you see the file is back here? Meaning that when you delete something, either by accident or intentional, it first level of deletion goes to recycle bin. And if I decided, maybe after some time, maybe due to space or something, I might decide to remove what I have, the items that I have. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I'm not restoring all of that. I don't want to do that. Let's assume that I don't need all this file anymore. I can decide to select all of them. I press Ctrl A on my keyboard. It will select all of them, and I can empty recycle bin. Recycle bin is just like your bin in the kitchen. You know, most times you have a big bin outside. Most times in your home, you have a bin in the kitchen. You can drop an item. Imagine you drop a paper in the bin in the kitchen, and you remember that the paper could still be useful. You can go there and pick it again. But the moment you park that bin inside of your house, and probably it's being collected by the collectors and taken away, you cannot have access to it again. So now, the same principle works here. If I select all of this, if I press Ctrl A to select this, I press delete on my keyboard, or I come here, empty recycle bin. That's all. That means I cannot have access to that file anymore, or those files anymore. Look at it. It's deleting a lot of files for me right now. And look at the size. The size is almost more than 11 MB. Those files are actually more than 11 MB, and that's a lot of space is saving for me. Then the last one, or the last two I'll be showing you again, is how to switch between applications. We were told that Windows operating system is a multitasking operating system. Look at it. My recycle bin is empty now. It's empty now. Fine, good for me. Then Windows operating system is a multitasking operating system. I told you the other time on the taskbar, I have my Microsoft Word 2013 that is pinned. I can click on it. If I click on it, it will open. It's open new already. That's loading. Okay, so now let me open another application. Let me call this one is WhatsApp, my WhatsApp application. I want to bring it up. It's also loading as well. I click on it and it's loading. Okay, this one is asking me if I want the kind of what I want to do. Let's assume that I want a blank page. I want a blank page. Or better still, let me open an existing file. Where are you? Introduction to desktop publishing. Okay. Introduction to desktop publishing. Okay. I have two files that are opened now. How do you confirm that? The first one is my WhatsApp. It's on the taskbar. I told you any currently running application will appear on the taskbar. So the second one is the introduction to desktop publishing, which I have here. So I can switch between tasks. How do I switch between tasks? I have something to do here. I will just do it. Maybe I have something to type. I want to note something. Okay. Item 7, item 8. Okay. Talk about other applications. Good. I just want to note that. Then as I'm typing here about doing work here, I can remember maybe I want to check something on my WhatsApp. Quickly, I'll just click on it. It takes me to the environment. If I need Adobe Reader, I click on it. It takes me to the Acrobat environment. That's how to switch between two applications. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. I hope you find the video useful. Thank you and bye for now.